Good Monday morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
I like that. Good morning, SKN. And guess what? I'm Cortenza Carty. But you knew that already, right?
Yeah.
And hello, October. See me wearing my pink. And why is my... It never stays still. I'm representing already.
You are.
I'm representing already.
Yes. Cancer Awareness Month. Indeed.
Yes. And we'll continue to represent as we begin the news this morning. This from SKN Vibes. Minister of Information and Communication and Technology, ICT, the Honorable Conris Maynard, said that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is committed to achieving universal, affordable broadband connections to residents and citizens of the Federation before 2030. Minister Maynard said, and quote, St. Kitts and Nevis gives the commitment to leave no one unconnected and achieve universal, affordable broadband connection to 100% of our residents and citizens before 2030. We will continue our collaboration with the ITU and other CTU member states so that we can provide the real dream of a digital economy and a full e-government services to all the people in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, end quote. Minister Maynard announced this during his presentation of St. Kitts and Nevis policy statement at the International Telecommunications Union Philanthropy Conference taking place in Budapest, Romania, from September the 26th to October 14th, 2022. He said that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is about to begin its digital transformation journey, which will start with the whole of a government strategy. So that's good strides. We're being represented around the world. Romania.
Mm-hmm. Well, we always were represented, but we could say to be anyway.
I didn't mean like that. I'm just saying, I'm just making sure, I don't want to end up at 1840. I'm pinking it this month. not white.
We are moving on. This from SKNIS. Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said his administration has already commenced the process to reintroduce the one-to-one laptop program in secondary and primary schools in St. Kitts and Nevis. The Honorable Prime Minister highlighted this during an interview with SKN Newsline that was broadcast via YouTube on Wednesday, September 28, 2022. The innovative program that once provided laptop computers to all former students in private and public secondary schools in both St. Kitts and Nevis was halted by the former administration. Prime Minister Dr. Drew said, quote, like any other new program, it was not a perfect program, so we have picked up that there would have been issues, and when the program is reintroduced, there would be, of course, a plan to deal with those issues. But also new issues will arise, but that doesn't mean we should take the technology from the students. All right, so very good points on that front. Reintroduction. And as I said to you before, every time we talk about this, I said that there were issues, obviously, with the introduction of the program, that there were logistic concerns and students being given computers before teachers, and the infrastructure wasn't there either. So I guess these are some of the issues that he's talking about. So we'll see.
Yes, teachers need to be equipped so that they can teach the students.
Precisely.
Okay, indeed. From WIN FM now, we continue. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, and partners launch their 2022 Financial Information Month, FIM, throughout the 8 ECCB member countries on September 30th. FIM is a regional financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial education campaign initiated in 2002 and observed annually in October. The theme for this year is financial advancement through enlightenment, partnership, and balance. And for October, FIM partners will empower and educate the public on the principles of financial literacy. To mark the start of Financial Information Month 2022, a live media launch was streamed virtually, and representatives from the financial sectors of the 8 member states share the plans for the month. Yuluka Harmony Brown of the Eastern Caribbean Securities Exchange, ECSE, a FIM partner institution, delivered the calendar of events for St. Kitts and Nevis. Harmony Brown said the activities were grouped into 3 categories: youth initiative, community outreach, and media products. And I even see they're going to the preschools. This is why I say I need a do-over. Because if you're going to start the preschool students from now so they know how to save money, I need a do-over. So I can be smarter and richer.
You're at the age where you can regulate your finances, so you don't have to go.
No, I needed to go back. So as I said, now I will be in a better financial state. How about
Imagine that.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Do over.
Okay. Piggyback mentality, we'll see. All right, we're moving on to a check of our local weather. It is going to be partly cloudy with a 60% or a moderate chance of showers, a high of 90 degrees and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And with that, we'll take a break and we'll be back in a moment with more GMSKN. See you on the other side.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue now with the latest in regional news. Here, we're delving into sports.
Yes.
So Jamaica Tallahs win 2022 Hero CPL title. This from Loop Caribbean. Jamaica Tallahs become 2022 Hero Caribbean Premier League or CPL champions on Friday with an 8-wicket win over the Barbados Royals at Providence Stadium, Ghana. Barbados Royals had won the toss and chose to bat, with Raheem Cornwall and Kyle Mayers getting them off to a blistering start, combining to score 63 runs in the power play. However, Fabian Allen would remove both openers to bring the Tallahs back into the game before Azam Khan would continue his fine form with the bat to take the Royals to 161 for 7. In response, Brandon King and Shamar Brooks would produce an 86-run partnership that frustrated the Royals' bowling attack. Despite Jason Holder taking the wicket of Brooks, King would lead the rest of the chase as he scored a magnificent 83 runs from 50 balls to see the franchise win their 3rd Hero CPL title. Barbados Royals had chosen to bat with the aim of setting an imposing total, Cornwall and Mayers combining well to build an excellent foundation. Once Allen had removed them both with his spin bowling, the runs rate slowed down as the Tallahs wrestled back control of the game. However, Khan, who came in at number 3, would bat until the 19th over, scoring his 2nd successive half-century to help the Royals reach 161 for 7 after 20 overs. So this all sounds like a really exciting game of cricket.
Yeah, it was.
I wish I understood more of it, but hey, there it is.
Well, that means I have to teach you. So I have to teach you how to swim, and then I can teach you cricket. How about that?
I know cricket, I just, unfortunately, it's weird.
It's
just not
nice
one
when
of
you
my
get
favorite
into, especially the T20. I don't like the long ones.
Precisely.
No.
Precisely.
That's too much for my brain. So, yeah, you can learn the T20 and you'll love it. Definitely love it. On the international scene from CNN, at least 125 people are dead after chaos and violence erupted during an Indonesian league soccer match into the early hours of Sunday. According to Indonesia's national police chief, in what is one of the world's deadliest stadium disaster of all time. Supporters of Arema FC and rival Persebaya Surabaya, two of Indonesia's biggest soccer teams, clashed in the stands after home team Arema FC was defeated 3-2 at a match in the city of Malang in East Java. Police said supporters from the losing team then invaded the pitch and police fired tear gas, triggering a fan crush that led to cases of suffocation. East Java Police Chief Nico Afinta said during a press conference following the event. 2 police officers were also among the dead. He said, adding that the crush occurred when fans fled for an exit gate. More than 300 people were injured, according to Indonesian authorities, with fears that the death toll could rise. Earlier on Sunday, the government of the East Java province, where the incident occurred, said the death toll was at 131. National Police Chief Lesotho Sejit Parabao clarified the discrepancy of the previous higher number, saying it was due to some casualties being recorded twice.
Either way, it's still devastating. And
It is.
I cannot begin to imagine dying by crush.
Oh.
And we generally hear about these things at sporting events.
Yes.
And it's just terrible.
It's terrible. And why are we fighting? For what? Everybody has their turn to win and everybody has their turn to lose. Like, come on, people. Let's go to sports games and be in unity, because as a result of this, the games in Indonesia are canceled until this is sorted.
I would imagine so, because you definitely don't want people reacting out of fear. Exactly. And also, there were a lot of people who unfortunately didn't die. They'll have lifelong injuries, I'm certain, because of this.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have people who witnessed this, so they're in the immediate aftermath of this devastating disaster. It's just ridiculous. So, you know, thoughts and prayers, obviously, with people there, but more needs to be done in terms of regulating these things and exactly how you gain order back once things go awry.
Exactly.
All right. Well, there you have it for the latest for today. We'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, SKN. Ciao, bango!
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
If you've been seeking ways to level up your life and well-being and you aren't sure about how to go about it, well, don't be dismayed. Deidre Richardson, founder of Richardson's Business Services, will be hosting one such workshop, and she joins us this morning on GMSKN to tell us all about it. Good morning, Deidre. Welcome to GMSKN. Welcome back, I should say.
Yes, welcome back indeed.
Good morning.
All right, so I want to know, first of all, what can you tell us about the workshop's concept, the Success Bridge, the Level Up experience?
The Success Bridge is a unit of Richardson's Business Services. With this unit, I have actually created a memorable experience for entrepreneurs through creative, reflective, and focused thinking so that they can be able to have an empowered mindset. And I will take them I will bridge the gap from where they are to where they need to go. So that's what Success Bridge is about, bridging the gap for entrepreneurs, taking them from where they are to where they need to go.
And so the leveling up part of it obviously takes them up.
Yes, because it's a journey, it's a story. I remembered last month when I launched the Level Up experience, we looked at beyond success. So success, you focus on yourself. But significance, that's when you think about the difference you can make for others. So we did that last month. So this month, step out. Yes.
I like it. So what was well, you said what you did last month. Is that the motivation for this workshop now?
The motivation for this workshop is to get entrepreneurs beyond the blueprint.
Okay.
Taking the ideas from the mind and putting action to it. This is where entrepreneurs would actually explore, challenge fears. Because many persons could achieve so much, but because of fears, they're held back. But step out and encourage you to challenge your fears. Get action. Let's move forward to make things happen. So this is about stepping out. For me, that was really a challenge. As you see today,
I know.
Camera is not my biggest friend.
But you're doing it well.
So
yeah.
Stepping out, I stepped out. And I shut down the external voices. Everybody who would think maybe you can't. As you step out, you look within yourself and you let your potential shine.
All right, I want to follow up on something that you said, which is connected to, I guess, my understanding of what the Success Bridge is. And that is, obviously, when you're dealing with entrepreneurs, you're going to have, let's say, gaps in where they want to be. So how do you see your workshop addressing, for instance, individual gaps? Or are there some common collective gaps that you seek to address during this workshop?
As a bookkeeper, I would have worked with them from ground level up. Because when I step into businesses, I would look at the records and sometimes I observe the structure. And I prepare the accounts and I take it to the CPA who would prepare their taxes. So I would see a lot of shortfalls. I would see where the business is hemorrhaging. So having this backdrop, then I figure, how can I help them? What can I do to make a change to help this business stay open? And then I would red flag certain situations and I would make it known to the person who was in charge. And what I'm doing now, because I've had first-hand knowledge, I'm just looking at how can I counteract that. So these workshops, I am using themes that they can actually catch on to, right? And make it practical, not just a theme and you dismiss it. It's something that you would be faced with. Every day you need to walk, every day you need to step. So if you step out, when you're thinking of stepping, what are some of the challenges that you stepped over? So it helps, it helps.
Right, indeed it does. Why are you so passionate about ensuring that small businesses stay open?
My passion for this goes way back. Today, I celebrate small businesses. As a child growing up, I know what poverty was like. My mother having to raise 4 children, and she was working in the factory then. And the hardest part for me as a child was to go by the little mom and pop shops. And my mother would give me the shopping list because she would have always spoken to the shopkeeper. Take the list and you get some items on credit. And then the next Friday, I'm all excited, I'm going to pay for them. But it's not a happy moment because I'm paying for last week's grocery and I'm now crediting those for next week. So they have helped me. And when I look and I observe that some businesses closed down simply because the individual had an idea and they ran with the idea, but there was no business structure. And as a result of that, these businesses that could have been so successful, you can't find them now. So if I could help them, what can I do to keep these businesses open? And this was my personal challenge. I'm a person of faith. So I remember when we had the first lockdown for COVID, I looked at the businesses because just before the lockdown, things were really slow and some businesses, the income wasn't as what they would have expected. So now to close and these businesses are in person, it's a challenge. So what I did, I held 6 weeks free motivational sessions for entrepreneurs. And I did it on Zoom because I did not want these people to be depressed. It's hard. It's really hard because you don't know when things are going to change. You don't know. It's just so much uncertainties. It was difficult. So to help them, I said, what we are going to do, we're going to have a strategy. We're going to use this downtime to get ourselves together. If you're into food, this is a good time to clean up the stoves, do the fridge, all that you need to do. Wash up your pots, your pans. Go on YouTube, get some videos, get some recipes. So, and I encourage the others, do some certification courses. But I did not leave it there. What I did, I got a few persons to speak with them. So I remember having Laverne Keynes, I think she did customer service, and Christine Walwyn, she did, I think, his marketing. And then I had Alex Strawn, who did the JAD app. And I had Janelle Boone, who did something with technology, because I wanted them to keep motivated. It's hard, it's difficult, and especially if you live in a house by yourself. Think about it. You can't open your business and there is no source of income. That's tough. And to be in a house all day because you're locked down all day, all night.
It's a breeding ground for depression.
Yeah.
So your workshops clearly help, and we'll get into more about this upcoming workshop when we return from this break. Stay tuned, everyone. More GMS SKN in a moment.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though. Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home. My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue our engaging discussion with Deja Richardson, founder of Richardson's Business Service. Deja, earlier you mentioned that entrepreneurs are your main target. Do you intend to target any other individuals?
Yes, I'm thinking about the corporate world to have teams, build teams using Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. This is a product from the John Maxwell team. And we can also do some Maxwell disc. The difference between, many persons would have done this before, but the Maxwell disc has a leadership disc included. And that is what separates the Maxwell from the other teams. So this is something I intend to use in corporate setting to build strong teams and to help them to push their leadership forward.
All right, so we've been talking about and we've been talking around the workshop. We have not yet mentioned the date and or the registration process.
Okay, the registration is open. The workshop is the 13th of October. at 7 p.m. The venue is Covenant Remnant Fellowship Ministries on Pond Road. That is the venue. The time is 7 p.m. Registration is open and it's only $40 US.
Okay, so say I can't physically attend at where it's being held. Can I log on virtually?
It's hybrid. It's going to be in person and virtual. Because last month I had some persons from Curacao and different parts of the world. They were there at the workshop for last month. So. And I've put it on Facebook where a person can go click the link to register, and those who are coming virtually can also click the Zoom link to register as well.
All right, great. Step Out. Not only the theme for this workshop, but I understand that it's affiliated with the 7-day Step Out Challenge. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, and we are on day 5. Day 5 is be visible. So no longer are you going to hide behind people and things. You're going to step out. Step out with your potential, your ability, your creativity. Let us see who the unique individual is. Step out and make a difference.
Good stuff. And I see that Deidre has surely stepped out.
Yes.
So Deidre, have you done this training before, and what has been your experience and your exposure?
Okay, I've done, just before COVID, I started workshops with entrepreneurs. We dealt with establishing business structure. I did that one. And then at church, I had, I think it was 4 weeks of training for entrepreneurs in our church. What I did, I facilitated the session, and I had different persons come in as I focused on specific aspect of the business. I look at the legal aspect of the business, and I had lawyer Sherry Charles to do that session. We looked at digital marketing, and then I had Stephen Smith to do that. So we had different aspects that they would work on. So I did that at church level, and I would have presented at conferences as well. So with this workshop, what I intend to do, because I'm a member of the John Maxwell leadership team, so with this workshop, I'm going to use some of the content and the resources from the Maxwell team to empower entrepreneurs.
All right, so they get the benefit of that, and they get the benefit of your experience as well.
Yes.
So that's great. Let's talk about the services that your business offers. We're talking about the workshop, but tell us specifically what services.
Okay, Richardson's Business Services, that's a bookkeeping entity. Success Bridge is a unit within Richardson's Business Services that focuses on speaking, public speaking, keynote speaking, coaching, training, facilitating, and then I offer behavior analysis consultancy services as well.
Okay, that sounds interesting, if I may. Behavior analysis, consultancy services as well. Can't believe I remembered all of that. Tell us a little about that.
Okay, this is where you use the Maxwell disc. You'll take an assessment, you get the report, and then there's a debrief where we would discuss what you've discovered about yourself, those aha moments. So we will go through that, and then I'll provide coaching and take the person to their next level. We would look at what the weaknesses, because the report generates that. So we would look at what the weaknesses are, and from the weaknesses, then I would make suggestions and would offer coaching session. But again, it's up to the individual to decide to go the next step. I'm willing to take them, but they gotta be willing to come.
Gotta be willing to step out.
Now it's step up. Step out.
Step out. Yes.
So will this be an ongoing event or workshop for you?
Yes, I plan to have a workshop at least every month for the next, maybe for the next 6 months, at least once a month.
All right, let's talk about the caps that you have in terms of how many people can register, or how many people will you cater for?
In person, I can take 40 persons in person and maybe like 100 persons virtually.
Oh, so 40 in person and 100? Wow.
Yes.
And slots are still available, obviously.
Excuse me?
Slots are still available, obviously.
Yes, I do have slots available. The advantage for those in person, the interaction is different. Because if we are doing an icebreaker where you're asked to exchange places and do something, you can do more in person than you can do virtually. Virtually, you would have the experience, But being in the room is different.
Yeah. Because virtually you might be at home by yourself and you can't
Yes,
exchange with yourself.
yes.
Yeah, I got it.
And then if I ask to share a note with the person next to you, okay, suppose we're having this challenge now, and I said, tell me what you did for challenge number 5, being visible. And I said, give it to your neighbor.
Yeah.
Virtually, it's different to do that.
I don't have a
It's
neighbor.
difficult to do
Yeah.
that. It's difficult.
I won't have a neighbor if I'm there by myself.
No, you could always type. Anyway.
You're just bad. You're just bad. You're
It's
just
very
bad.
random. All right. So one of the things that I didn't ask you about in terms of the Step Out Challenge is exactly how people can participate in the Step Out Challenge. Is there room for people to participate in that?
What I did, I would post every day, sometimes about 1 past midnight. I would post for the next one because some people are early risers, and when I look on my status, sometimes I wonder if people don't sleep because as soon as I press send, in 2 minutes,
It's
person's
viewed.
already viewing it.
Yeah.
So that's early in the morning. So I said, for the early risers, let me get this out there to start their day. So what I would do, I would post it and I would just make a little note, just to encourage them. And on Facebook, I would post it on my page, my personal page, and the business page as well.
All right. So that's how we get to participate.
Yes.
Wonderful. Teacher, this conversation has been so engaging. Again, good luck with the workshop coming up on the 13th. Registration obviously still open.
Yes, please.
And today you've been very visible, so you can check
Very
that one off on your
visible.
list.
I know. I'm proud of Deidre today. Very proud of her.
Thank you.
So, go ahead, Jamie. Take it away.
Take it away. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. All right. So thank you, teacher, for coming. We'll be back in a moment with more GMS scans. Stay tuned.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? You let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
If you've been watching Good Morning SKN regularly, you'd notice that we pay attention to celebrated days. The purpose of these is to bring awareness, educate, and entertain our viewers on interesting topics and days that might have gone unnoticed. For example, today is World Architecture Day, and to help us talk about this, we have Lindbergh Alvaranga, President, and Wycliffe Morton, past President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Institute of Architecture. Why am I thinking about food? Oh my gosh, it works on me. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning, Curtains. Good morning.
So how long has the St. Kitts Nevis Institute of Architecture been in operation?
Well, we first formed in July of 2005, and we've had our ups and downs, but we've been going strong since.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Morton, you mentioned that this day has been around since the 1980s. Why wait until 2005 to form the institute?
Well, we actually started to formulate the Institute of Architects in about 94. And so it did take a while for us to have a local institute, but architects are represented at the UN by the UIA, and that is where it started. Okay. And we did not have a large number of qualified architects in order to start an institute before the 90s.
All right, so you've made progress since then. We now have more qualified architects. What can you tell us about the mission of the Institute?
Well, primarily, as it is an institute, one of the major factors is education, to provide avenue for education and training, as well as to develop the discourse about architecture and development on the local levels and regional and international.
And the built environment in general. You know, so it's not just buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the actual spaces around them.
Okay. Is that what you refer to as the built environment?
Everything that we do and touch as human beings.
Is related to architecture?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow. I'm learning this today, years old. So who are the other members of your group?
Wow, I didn't.
Okay.
That's a long list.
So how many members do you have then?
Currently active, we have probably around 20.
Around 30. If you count it, remember it's St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, good
Institute
stuff.
of Architects. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the contribution. Obviously, you mentioned that the Institute is to provide avenues for education, also for discourse. How do you measure the impact of the Institute on the architecture and in St. Kitts and Nevis, rather?
Well, we do not have any metrics set up at this point in time, but because an important part of that is being able to measure. But what we do have amongst the architects is a very lively discourse, interaction in terms of the ethos of architecture and how we perceive creating these spaces for human interaction and living.
Activity, right.
Yeah.
So we normally have a monthly meeting where we have a luncheon. And in that meeting, we have a social aspect, but also a learning aspect as well.
Okay.
So we will have presentations and we will have guests from different fields that impact architecture directly. So one minute we will have a lawyer, and there's a legal aspect as well.
That we know.
Another minute we will have we'll have engineers, structural engineers, MEP engineers, and then we'll have salespeople who have products that could further our education as well. So, yeah, but we haven't had those since COVID, and we're gonna use this opportunity to jumpstart those regular meetings again.
So I want to know from both of you gentlemen, what is the most important thing you would have learned in your career in architecture?
Empathy.
Empathy, okay.
Really? That's interesting.
Yes, because we can't create our own utopia, as most architects would like to do. We create it for other people and how they live and what they needed to do. Right? So empathy is important. But that's my personal thing.
I can't wait to hear what Mr. Martin's going to say.
Well, for me, one of the greatest things about architecture is being able to propagate the knowledge of architecture and the built environment into future generations.
Teacher.
Lecturer.
A lecturer.
I'm curious. I'm sitting in your classroom virtually anyway, and I want more of the lesson, so please, continue. Why is that important?
There are two lessons that I take from former mentors of mine. One was Max Bond Jr., who was passing in the near presence of the Lord. One of the first African-American architecture prodigies. He went to Harvard, and he said to me, when I was in college, do not let college get in the way of your education. Because there's a lot of learning outside of the halls of academia. And then Don Ryder, a partner of his and lecturer of mine, also said, never forget that architecture does not belong to us. It belongs to those people who are coming after us. We are just a conduit. And so those are major ideas, philosophies behind what I do.
So why does it belong to the others that are coming behind you?
It's much like a family name. It's just being borrowed. You're just a keeper of it for a while. So you keep it with honor and integrity.
If you think about it, buildings tend to last a little bit longer than humans.
Yes.
You didn't interrupt it. I know.
Very true.
I know. Okay, good stuff. Yeah.
Even in thinking about that, everything that you both said, I'm thinking, okay, obviously my environment is going to be affected by my surroundings, or my perception of the way that I interact with the space is going to be affected by what is there. And speaking to the theme for World Architectural Day, which is architecture for well-being, how do you see that impacting us in St. Kitts and Nevis?
Well, I think I wouldn't necessarily limit it to just St. Kitts and Nevis. I think if you do architecture deliberately, it shows. So, for example, if you have a deliberately low ceiling, it creates an intimate environment. If it's high, it makes you feel a little bit smaller, but like you are part of something greater. So these things and how much natural light you let into a space, that should be deliberate. How it depends on the use. No, natural light wouldn't necessarily be great for filming right now.
Yes.
So you're in a room with no windows, right? However, if you were by a workstation, you'd feel a lot happier and a lot more content if you had natural light
coming in on
all day.
correct. Yeah.
I think that you've already toured this building.
So those are that's just one little drop in the bucket of what we have to consider on a daily basis when we are designing for a space for people to use, depending on what they need it for, depending on who will be there. And what if it is deliberate? Every decision we make is deliberate. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. We'll be back in a moment to continue this delightful discussion. More GMSKN in a flash. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are back with Lindbergh Alvarenga, President, and Wycliffe Morton, past President of the St. Kitts Nevis Institute of Architecture. So, gentlemen, a very loaded question here. You might need to take your time to answer it. What is your vision for the future of the architectural field in St. Kitts and Nevis, or even beyond?
I think what I would like to instill is, or become more commonplace, is a deliberate response to context. Now, the context could be cultural, physical, programmatic, whatever it is that you need done. But if we could have a more deliberate response to context, I would be a little bit happier. And that, of course, comes with education, being aware of what the context is, of which one is most important of the list I just gave you. Or it could be financial as well. It's always important, you know. So, yeah, I think if we could have an awareness of our context and have a deliberate response to it, yeah, I think that's what I envision for the future of architecture.
Mr. Morton over there is thinking deep. Mr. Morton, we'll wait your answer.
I would like to see a regional identity being established architecturally. We, over the years, have been occupied, and much like many other cultures, when we start to formulate our own systems, we emulate that of our former colonizers. And so everybody rants and raves about the Georgian-style buildings, but King George is long since dead. And architecture necessarily needs to be a function of its place, its time, and available technology. If we were still building pyramids, something would be horribly wrong. And so I'm looking forward to the time when one can say, this is postmodern Caribbean architecture versus just postmodern or just something that other people prescribe as what they think the Caribbean should be.
That's very deep, and
Yes.
I've heard that type of discussion, but this is the first time I'm hearing it with within the context of architecture, and I've never thought of it before. So thank you for opening my eyes to that.
Is the market in St. Kitts saturated for architects? He laughs. Okay, so if it is not, what?
No,
It is?
that's right. I would not say it is.
Okay.
But what I will say is St. Kitts in the Caribbean has the most architects and people trained in architecture, professionals, in the Caribbean. We have the most trained people in architecture per capita in the Caribbean.
Good stuff, good stuff. So what advice would you gentlemen give to someone who wants to join your field of architecture?
Depends on the level that they are right now. If you're high school, focus on math, physics, and of course drawing. You need to have an appreciation of nature, and the best thing to do is go out and draw trees. Anybody who works in my office knows that there's an exercise that they get every time.
To go out and draw a tree?
Draw a tree. Absolutely.
What?
Scale.
You need to have an appreciation for size and scale and proportion. And the best reference for that is Mother Nature.
Okay.
So a simple tree, what Mother Nature prescribes as proportion, you have it as a reference and you don't even know it.
But I might come back with a stick tree because I have no...
Oh, absolutely. No. So what happens is you're going to be drawing the tree that's in your mind and not the tree that you're actually seeing.
See? Woe is me.
Wow.
So, Mr. Morton, I don't want to leave you out. What advice would you have? Mr. Alvarenga, or he made reference to...
No, those are sound suggestions.
Sounds okay. I'm just saying,
Those
maybe
are
at the
some
college
suggestions.
level, you might have something else to tell them. Or...
No, you know, at the college level, at CFBC, where I lecture, we allow students to come in without physics.
Okay.
And we give them a physics course. However, if they want to go on to do architecture, because it's just an introductory course for draftspersons, if you want to go on to do architecture, you're not going to be accepted into an architecture school without O-level or CXC level physics. So you have to have physics because structures are involved and we don't want buildings dropping on people. They say architects, well, doctors kill people one at a time, architects kill by the hundreds.
That's something we will not soon forget.
Yes,
you know, back in the days, what happens is when an architect finished a building, before they removed the scaffolding,
you
used to put the architect to stand under the scaffolding so that if
they remove it.
if the building fell down, he would be the first casualty.
One chance to make an error.
Motivation to get the job right.
But then, I don't want us to lose the idea, because even as far back as Babylon, there were building codes. And that was part of the building code. Okay?
You can't get more.
So you get one chance.
Get more accountability.
Two if you're lucky.
Gosh. Wow.
I can't imagine what your meetings are like, honestly. Definitely lively.
Yeah.
All right. So, what can you tell us about some of the future plans and activities of the Institute of Architecture here in St. Kitts?
Well, like I said, we have been dormant for a while because of COVID, and we're going to jumpstart our meetings again. And we want to maybe even have people from the press, from your side here. There's a public awareness aspect to our aims as well. And maybe we could have some kind of partnership where we could bring information and awareness to the public, and then you could have content for your shows as well.
You said it live. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And so there becomes a little bit of promotion as well for the members of the institute, right?
Indeed.
So that's one thing we're thinking of.
Well, my perspective is a little different because I'm the president of the Federation of Caribbean Architects Associations.
As well.
Okay.
So
of which the SKNIA
is a member. Yes, a long-standing member.
Congrats.
And we range from Guyana, Belize, all the way up to Cuba. Cuba is also a member. And so we do have that interaction with other institutes. In August, there was the Commonwealth Association of Architects Biennale in Trinidad and Tobago. And we participated, some of us participated, and we get training, as we call it, continuous professional development points, etc., from as far as Australia. And so there's an ongoing effort to make sure that we remain on the cutting edge. Okay? So the institute, the local institute, is a part of that moving forward, because those communications are always ongoing. We're also members of the Commonwealth Association of Architects.
Good stuff.
So
this is a conversation that can go on forever.
I know. I actually
and I would not be bored at all. I'm actually
I
fascinated by
know.
what you do, and sometimes there's an abstraction as to what you do, and then we get into the nitty-gritty of it. So thank you so much for shedding light on that. Wycliffe Morton and Lindbergh Alfaranga, thank you so much. We'll be back in a moment with more GMS scans. Stay tuned.
Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization. Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Welcome back to Dream SKN. It's time for us to loosen up. So can you believe that we're almost at the end of 2022?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, October is here and we are in the last quarter of the year. So did you know that October has some interesting trivia surrounding it? I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I knew that. I figured
even
it out
begin to
yesterday, years old.
Oh, yesterday years old. I see. All right, so here are some of our favorites.
Yes, yes. Did you know pigs couldn't look straight up to the sun?
Did I know what?
Pigs cannot look directly up.
Why would they want to look directly up anyway?
We do. We try to do it with our glasses on. Or shades.
Because we're not as smart as pigs. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Christian, can I get an oink?
I'm not oinking with you. No. Yeah, I found out yesterday the pigs can't look up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they look sideways.
Pigs can't look up. They look sideways.
They look sideways because their neck muscles aren't built to look up like
Miss
that.
Piggy never taught you that? Anyway, moving on. The name, and she is pink, by the way. The name for October originates from the Latin word octo, which means 8. I think that I knew. So in the Roman calendar, October was the 8th month of the year. When January and February were added to the calendar after the Julian calendar reform, October became the 10th month of the year as we know it now. You think it should have been renamed?
To what? Tentober?
Dectober, was it?
Oh, you're mathematically.
Actually, that's where we get December from, is it not? Because obviously that would make it the 10th month of the year before the new editions, January and February. So that makes sense because of prefix DEC.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And October is normally the month that most farmers reap their crop as well. And October is the month of prosperity and wealth and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really?
Smackety, yeah.
So at any other point in time, you'd be broke because October is.
You know why I think October gets richer? To broke us for December.
Oh, really?
Yes, I just figured it out today, years old. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay,
I got that. Mm-hmm.
Tell that to all the department stores with their Christmas adverts.
Yeah, you see? And when do they start? October. You see that? They smart. They're very smart. So every year, October ends on the same day as February. So February ended on a Monday this year, and October is going to end on a Monday this year.
Really?
Really, literally.
Somebody actually took the time to notice that.
Yes, and it is real. It is real.
This is a Jeopardy question.
Yeah.
I would have lost, by the way.
Ding, ding. 1 point for me. Yes.
It's fascinating, though. Fascinating.
Yep, indeed.
Well, kudos to the researchers.
And they also say babies that are born in October, they have better cardiovascular systems than those that are born otherwise. Although a study in the UK claimed that May is the luckiest month and October is the unluckiest.
Really?
Really, yeah.
Wow.
So if your baby's born in October, yeah, better cardiovascular system. So ensure that you plan it for October, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I forgot we can't do it without gentlemen. Yeah.
Moving on. Moving on. All right, so the Anglo-Saxons called October Winterfilleth. I think that's what is it. Yes, I'm going to call it that, Winterfilleth, okay? Yes. Meaning fullness of winter. That makes sense, Winterfilleth. So the reason they called it that is because October has the first full moon of the winter season.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Winterfilleth.
Winterfilleth, yeah. And the birthstone for Octobers are tourmaline and opal. Tourmalines are believed to help you stay calm while under pressure, bring peace and tranquility, and defeat negative emotions like jealousy and anger. On the other hand, opal gemstones are believed to cure eye infections, strengthen memory, calm nerves, and enhance creativity. So the tourmaline stone, what I found out is that it comes in different hues of pink. So pink was always the color that resonates with October. So it's not something new.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here we thought it was. Well, at least I thought it was.
Yeah, no.
For one particular
pink has
type of
always
campaign.
been, oh, yeah, exactly. I guess they just ran with it since they know pink is associated to the month.
Interesting stuff.
Very interesting
So it helps you the birthstone helps you to stay calm under pressure.
Yeah. So we need to get some opal birthstones up in here. Although I'm Pearl and you are what?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't matter to me. I was born. That's the most important thing, right?
No, you gotta know these things. You gotta
Really?
know these facts. Yeah. You gotta know these facts. These facts work out so well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was born in a month.
That's not October.
All right, so we're giving you more October facts. The traditional flower of October is the calendula or calendula. It symbolizes comfort, healing, protection, and grace.
But I also heard that the marigold is too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the marigold and another one I can't remember right now. So I'm surprised that they only mentioned the calendula. I guess because it's calendar.
I have no. I'm not even going to hazard a guess. I can literally tell you I have no idea. Oh, you got the fun one.
Oh, really? Halloween is celebrated in several countries on October the 31st, the eve of All Hallows Day. People tend to take this opportunity to disguise themselves in various costumes. So what are you disguising yourself as on the 31st?
I don't disguise myself. Perhaps that's the problem. I need a disguise. I don't know, I'm going to put on my Will Smith ears. That might work.
Oh my gosh. So I learned one other thing about October that we didn't have here, that it is the 6th of 7 months that carry 31 days. So October is just the boss on the road.
Okay. Yeah. Again, kudos to you for putting that out. I'm like, six epic research.
Yes.
All right, so it's October. We're winding down 2022. How are you feeling at this point of the year?
I'm feeling okay, but I reviewed my goals and I only, oh my gosh, I know. Out of the 10 that I wrote down, I only completed 2. Yeah.
So you got a 20% success rate.
The rest are in the lucha, and the 20% is never good, 50% is the pass mark. That's why I said 50 is middle age. So 20 can't be good, man. What about you?
I got nothing for you.
You got nothing for me? So what have you accomplished thus far at this part of the year? It's your turn.
I'm alive.
You mean I 3 for 6 that you could?
Yeah,
Okay.
All that. Yeah, it is what it is, It is what it is, Hortensia.
So what about your goals? We just spoke about goals.
Yeah, okay. So any goals that I'd like to still achieve? I suppose, possibly.
Yeah.
Do I know what they are yet? I don't know because they shift.
Oh,
Do you
wow.
have that problem with shifting goals?
No, the older I get, my goals are steady. That's why I know I only completed 2.
The older you get, your goals are steady?
Steady. Remember, listen, we can trip over ourselves, so we have to make sure we walk steady. As they just step out, I'm stepping out steady. I'm not stepping out shaky, so everything remains the same for me. The only thing that changes is that I need to lose weight, but then I don't lose weight because I do the wrong thing that puts back on the weight. So that's the only shifty thing. Yeah.
Did you get all that, by the way?
My goals is just...
Yeah, I think they did. I followed you. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Wow. Oh, well, the grand question is, what do you think about the month of October?
What do I think about the month of October? As I said earlier, it's the month that we get rich in anticipation to let it go in December.
You get rich in October. Wow.
Yeah.
It is Financial Information Month.
You see?
I don't think it's a month that you get rich.
But they teach you how to get rich.
Well, they do?
Yeah.
Or they teach you how to manage your money.
And in that way, you get rich.
Are you sure?
Yes, most people, once you follow the rules of something, it works out for the best. So people get rich in October to give it back in December to come in January and ball out broke. Yes. Work with me here.
That's not getting rich. That's not getting rich at all.
Okay, so from February to October, you've gotten rich. You've learned how to...
You've done what?
Gotten rich.
Guys, if that's you, seriously, give us a like right now. I don't know that we'll have many.
Because January is the hottest month, right? Because we would have spent most of our money in December getting gifts for everybody in our families and our few close friends, right? So then February, we start again. We start our savings. And then up to October, boom, we did it. And then December is like, what happened to my money?
Oh, really? Okay.
And then January is like, God, I gotta start over again.
You're reminding me of the credit card commercial. I'm not going to name the company, but you know that one? There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there is.
MasterCard.
And literally, you know what? Yeah, there's some things that money can't buy. When it comes to the gift, you want to give somebody something? Guess what? You can't buy this. So you either make them smile or you give them a smile. The best gifts in life are priceless. Bear that in mind. There are some things money can't buy.
Okay. So what about 2023? Are we looking forward to January?
I have no idea.
So you just know about the moment. You just know about now.
I'm looking forward to commercial. It's coming out right now. We'll be back in a moment.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
For dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and support from Paris, Vermont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Last week, we had the honor of speaking with Jovalee Morton, Communications Officer of the CFBC Iconic Achievers STEM Club, whose mission is to inspire the Ionic STEM Club. They are iconic, and the word is so close to iconic, but they are the Ionic Achievers STEM Club, whose mission is to inspire, innovate, and improve STEM through teamwork. So join us as we take a look at this interview.
I like that instance.
Yeah, your mission statement, if I could read it right now, is to inspire, to innovate, and improve STEM youth through teamwork. One of the things that I wanted to ask you about is the activities that you perform as part of this group that would definitely hold the interest of people who, don't take science at CFBC.
Right. Past activities were like, they had a fun day where they would do a murder investigation, Jeopardy and all, and that would just put the mixing science into it. You would do experiments with like foam, toothpaste, different things to be, like gather the crowd, make everybody be able to put their interest into it, even if they don't even know what carbon is,
So it is engaging and a learning experience. I would be part of that club if I had to, if I didn't like science, so I could see why.
How does Jeopardy relate to science?
Jeopardy? Well, relates to science, no, but you can put a twist to it.
Okay.
And put a topic on the board and have one guess.
Okay.
Like a more like hangman effect.
Yeah. And I could see that you have a lot of fun with that. And you still have to study for that anyway if you want to.
Right. So it's like you're both having fun and it's still helping you with school. You would find some of these experiments we do after school actually helps you with an upcoming SBA. Yeah.
What's the most exciting experiment that you've done as part of the club?
Recently, we did chromatography. And we had chromatography paper and we used acetone. Now, one of the things they asked us is why acetone was cloudy, because it was diluted with, would you have a guess?
Water?
No, water is clear. We diluted it with nail polish remover and fragrance.
Oh, I would have never guessed, because acetone and nail polish remover, are they the same thing? Somewhat?
Well, acetone is a stronger one.
Okay.
Right. Nail polish wouldn't be able to break down ladies' gel, per se.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, so acetone breaks it down?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh. Oh, learned something new today.
I think you want to be an associate member of the club.
I just might join, yes.
That's why science is more included in real life. You would have acetone being to remove nails and all of those stuff.
Yeah. That acetone melts those suckers.
Right.
All right, so we'll be back in a moment to continue this conversation. Wait a minute.
Oh, no, you
No,
got
we're
plenty.
not.
We got
We're
plenty
not
of
at all.
time.
We got plenty of time. Keep going.
Yeah. So what impact does your club hope to have on the local science field? As I said, I saw the big billboard. It's like being pushed to the fore. What impact?
Going back to our mission statement, to instill, inspire, improve, and the key things are STEM and teamwork. You can't go through life without having some sort of help, some sort of support. And so we're putting emphasis on teamwork, because there's not a team and you can't be here doing things by yourself. How would you improve? And I would think for some instances that would help to, maybe shape the young minds, because some still don't know what they want to become even when they're in university. Right. I'm sure some adults aren't even sure what they're doing with their lives right now. But some clubs and the push for STEM should help you to understand STEM is not only about doctors. STEM is about, lab technicians. Like the more the background work and those to push the science more, and the technology and the mathematics and the engineering.
Absolutely right. We interviewed a pharmacist yesterday, and we were talking all about the importance of STEM relevance for her, and she didn't even know what she wanted to do when she was in university, to be real with you. So that's one of those things. About you now, do you know what you want to be?
Since I was small, I've been interested in the high rate of deaths, pregnancy deaths, and the deaths of babies. So I've been pushing to becoming an OBGYN.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And not too long ago, when I was in high school, I did a brain bee, and I started to become interested in neurology as well.
Okay. Good stuff. So before going to those two, do you have plans to maybe going for Miss St. Kitts?
I've been told that I give a pageant vibe.
Yes, that's why I'm asking that. So maybe just get some extra scholarship money. How about that?
If I get inspired.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, do you believe it? That's the other thing you've been told. The question is, do you buy it?
Not entirely sure.
She's not entirely sure. All right, so folks, stay tuned. We are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back on Good Morning SKN.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, Uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. They will run, see, Sammy?
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
We are back with Jovale Morton, Communications Officer at the CFBC Iconic Achievers Club. Let's talk all about that club. Why did you choose to join that club? Did it have something to do with your passion, your future career goal?
Yeah, I'm not only in this club, I'm also in the history club and the debate club. I'm trying to be diverse. And my draw towards science alone would speak for itself as to why I'm in the science club. Recently, we did change the logo, the new logo that we have up. And that was like our first move.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. So does your club go to primary schools and encourage little children? Well, I should say younger children. Let me not call them little, along the lines of STEM?
STEM? No.
STEM? Sorry. No? Okay. Is that something that the club will be planning for the future?
Thanks for the idea.
Oh, right. You're welcome. Nice.
So I guess you got your answer to that.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about your academics. What are you currently pursuing at CFBC?
My focal points are biology and chemistry. I am not doing physics this year, but I did last year. And around that, we have Caribbean history, and I am doing law to, jump outside the whole science field. Yeah.
To be diverse, as you said.
Yeah,
to be diverse.
That's up to anything. So what are the requirements if this young lady here wants to become a member, let's say? What are the requirements for joining STEM?
Hang on, can we start with youth? Is that the first requirement? Jovo?
I tried. So what are
just
the
like,
requirements?
feel free to answer any way you want.
You just have to be interested. Okay. We just want young, and don't want to say age.
You said it.
We just want some sort of representation.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
I keep pushing the word representation and incorporation because that's what we really need. You would see, as said in our mission statement, one of the words are STEM youth. You will see now in recent times, youth are being pushed down for having a voice. And that is one of our, goals to not only show your way, but be able to inspire the adults as well. Because let's face it, some of us help each other more than we even know that the youth can help the adults. Because we have new minds, younger minds, and more developing minds.
Indeed, I must say. I have to give you all that indeed.
So we're talking about youth having a voice, obviously, within the context of the club and STEM and so on. It makes me question whether there have been issues that have come to the fore that you felt perhaps youth should have been more vocal about, anything scientific or otherwise.
Scientific, no. But this may be a very much controversy topic, but it would have to be maybe domestic violence or rape. I don't think we hear much about that. We get, let's say, justice for it. And I feel like I've had persons come to me about this, and I'm like, man, I'm young, who's going to listen to me? And it's very unfortunate. And I just feel like maybe back then I could have maybe done something more differently. Maybe that would have instilled some sort of change. Maybe not big of a change, but we start somewhere.
Start the ball rolling.
Right.
So the club is another way for you to inspire not only yourself, but other people.
And another way for me to be more vocal as I am here today.
Oh, nice.
Trying to be the communications officer.
Which you are. So
you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Absolutely.
You're doing a great job. Now, earlier, I should say before the show, we were speaking about working in collaboration with the Ministry of Health. Have your club taught along those lines? Are there any, how should I say, I'm trying to find the words. Any innovative ways you think you can work along with them to get stuff out in per se, your areas of expertise that you plan to follow of the birth rate and how the parents protect themselves post and pre-natal?
Well, I've always had some sort of mindset to be involved in a movement towards that. And would I say that I've had people to talk to about it? No, but as I said, this club and other clubs have helped me to be more vocal, and in maybe our other meeting, I'll just voice it, to keep the ball moving.
Definitely. I think it's good when young people can come together and share their ideas.
Right.
And especially when you collectively share those ideas, people tend to listen to you and what you want. How can persons who are interested in joining the club register?
Our registration process is very much made easy. We have an Instagram account, which of course the youths have the hype over. And the Instagram name is CFBC.Ionic Achievers. There we have our poster where you can contact our PRO, Brianna Brown, email, and you just get in. The whole registration process is the fact that you are one that wants to be a part of it. And we also have our posters around campus, and on a day-to-day basis or every other day, you will have our members posting it on our WhatsApp or something, so it could be singing.
So registration made easy.
Made easy.
I'm quoting you. All right. So any final words to the public, anyone, interested in STEM?
Well, I would just say to the youths who have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and especially those in third form, that's where you pick your subjects to go on. Be diverse. I was not diverse at all. And do I regret it? No, because I still have room to be diverse. But if you want to early, set on to be able to pick, even if one mindset didn't work, you will be able to do that later on. And those who are watching and haven't joined our science club, I have no idea what you're waiting on. Go to our Instagram page, CFBC.ionic achievers and get with the program. This is where it needs to be.
Yes, I like that.
Oh, thank you,
Get with the program.
Jovale Morton. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. More HM SKN in a flash. Stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Struggle with Mondays. That's true. Every one of us wishes for another day before the dreaded Monday. And we feel you. So to make this day a bit more bearable, we felt inspired. And after engaging with Jovale Morton of the CFBC Ionic Achiever STEM Club, Cortensi and I are inspired to play a game to test our scientific knowledge with fun science trivia.
Disclaimer, Jamie is smart at science and maths. No,
Yes,
Hortensia stayed in her lane and did subjects that pertain to what she wanted to do in life that did not include science.
Uh-huh, I see.
She does have mathematics at the general level, yes.
Is this an interview or is this a game? Where's the job? All right, so here we go. Here are the rules, all right? So one person will read the question, and after that question is read, the first person to press the buzzer will have a chance to answer the question. So lift those Monday blues, play along with us, and let's see who knows science better. Maybe you guys would even be better than we are, so you'll be the best.
Take the crown, take the crown.
So you think I'm gonna win?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm giving you your flowers already. You want roses or candiludas? But you're not born in October.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
So, but no. No.
What is the largest bone in the human body?
Start over.
I just did. The femur.
Do you see that Jamie has suddenly become like me, Corty? He cheated. He pressed and then read.
And then I started again. And then after I started, you were like, and completed it, mind you, you're like, start over. Why would I do that?
Because you were supposed to do it
I just did.
In a fair manner. All right.
Just did.
Take it already.
All right.
You still have 0 though? Oh.
No, it's not over. That's your score. I've got 1.
Man. What kind of blood type is known as the universal donor? Look at him cheating. Look at him cheating already.
Positive.
Look at him cheating. I love it. You are so negative.
I was going to go with O, but hey. I thought it was O positive. But hey.
Wow. So you
I
see, negative does work. What are animals called who only eat plants? Omnivore. Oh yeah,
Herbivore.
herbs. Oh my god. Herbs. I forgot. They are vegans, yes.
Herbivore.
Is that score correct? Oh my gosh.
Herbivore, yeah.
Yeah, herbs should just give you it right away. Plants. Herbs. Ugh.
Really?
Do you think they engage in other herbs?
What is the smallest unit of matter?
An atom.
An atom, yeah.
I still don't get no love because you answered it first, but I tried.
No, you answered it first,
I got a
actually.
love. Ooh,
You answered it before I did.
so I knew something.
And technically, it's the smallest indivisible unit, and it's not really indivisible either. So, yeah, you've got subatomic particles.
Yeah.
But hey.
And guess what? I remember that from the light bulb on the iconic achievers. Thank you for that. Because I'm not a science chick. What word can you use to describe when a solid turns into a liquid?
Melting.
When a solid turns, oh my god.
Melting.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know why I think evaporation. What's wrong?
I don't know why you think evaporation.
What? I'm
really
thinking
don't know.
water, sunshine,
But
poof.
solid.
Yeah, ice, water, melting. Yeah. I had a moment there.
How many elements are listed in the periodic table?
118.
118.
I just guessed that. I just thought periodic.
What's the
it
first
can be
element in the
200.
periodic table?
I do not know. I just admitted to guessing it.
Hydrogen.
This is why you're the science guy and I am just the lady.
Hydrogen,
Yeah.
helium, lithium, beryllium,
You heard those
boron,
words?
carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, there we go.
We could even make a music, a rap song out of that. No.
What kind of energy does the sun create? Nuclear.
Nuclear.
I was going to say solar, but hey, we can keep going. Nuclear.
Like the other day, I saw somebody riding a bike while they blend something. So that's kinetic energy, right?
Yeah, motion,
Yeah, I'm like,
convert. Yeah,
what?
motion. Yeah.
Yeah, riding a bike while they make smoothies for the office. So they were exercising and making a healthy drink. So
On the
cool.
road.
No.
Did it contain
riding
sweat
in
droplets?
No, it's like, you know, like your bikes that you use in the gym, but they were riding, the bike was stationed right there, and then they have this plate on top
Oh, so
that
it
they
does
put
that.
the blender on, yeah. So
Interesting.
it blended the smoothies for the office.
So they could teach you how to use a blender. I see. Okay, got it.
The shade.
What is the boiling point of water?
100 degrees. That I know. Remember that from school?
Didn't I press my buzzer before you? Anyway,
True
true
or
or false?
false? Sound travels faster than air in water. True.
False.
False?
False.
Really?
Water is a
Oh man.
dense medium.
But I was thinking silicate, like I'm thinking crocodiles. You know the crocodile. I don't know. Yeah.
What is the hardest known material? Diamonds.
Diamonds shine bright like a diamond.
What can you?
Shine
What
bright like
cuts
a diamond.
diamond?
What cuts diamond?
Yeah.
Wait. Glass? No.
Diamond.
Which is glass.
It is the hardest.
But what? Diamond cuts diamond.
Yeah. Yep.
There isn't a machine to cut the diamond into the various shapes that we see. Okay, I learned that today, years old, and I'm proud of it. So I'm going home with a bunch of knowledge
What is
in
the
my
most
head.
abundant element in the universe?
Oxygen.
Hydrogen. We're
Okay,
trying to
let's
see
see.
it.
I don't know.
Because we're organic.
I'm learning
Yeah,
from you.
hydrogen, yeah.
Okay. The most abundant element
In the universe, yes, hydrogen.
So why did it outweigh oxygen? I thought we needed oxygen to.
You need oxygen here, but in the universe, you've got
So the outside with the stars and the solar system and everything. Okay, I understand now. Thank you for that lovely science
Hydrogen.
lesson. I can pass it on.
What does DNA
DNA stand for?
deoxyribonucleic acid.
The one that is on my left. Yes. That I won't get a point for. It's rough.
What can I say? I like science. So right away, this thing is kind of
Love
skewed. But hey,
science.
not
So,
complaining.
oh, look at him. True or false? Lightning is hotter than the sun.
False. Oh, you got it. Nice. Is it because it's concentrated?
Is it
You got
because
so
once
many
it comes
volts
down
and-
and touches the ground, it causes fire instantly? The sun could be blaring and
But you
things
see, but
hardly
that's
catch
relative
fire.
because it's like if you're asking, are you on the sun measuring the temperature of the sun versus are you measuring the temperature of a lightning bolt? So this one is kind of misleading. But anyway, you get the point.
Misleading because the lady gets the point. Do you?
That's not why it's misleading, Cortesia.
Do you see? I just thought about fire. Yeah,
It's misleading because
lightning.
we're talking about the relative positions. Where are you going to be when you're comparing the two?
In my house, hopefully, because it will catch me. Yes. Yes, yes. What is the rarest blood type?
AB negative.
That I know. I think it's A plus though. AB negative. Oh wow, ab. See, minus ab, and then we're supposed to have ab. How can we do this? How can we do this? Take away ab and leave us with a flab.
Really?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's why it's rare, because we need our abs. If you look at it in that mindset.
Wow.
What is the symbol of the element of silver? AU.
AG.
Okay. So what is AU? Gold? What
I
is
think
AU?
you're right. Yeah.
AU is gold?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Silver.
Okay. So I learned AG.
Yeah.
Actin.
Not at all. That is silver.
Yeah, but
That is
it's
silver.
when we see AG, other than it being the Attorney General, what does it mean? Like acting. Acting. You know, AG. Get it?
I got it. I got it when you said it. I actually got it when you said it.
Oh,
So
man.
apparently that's it.
See, I told you. Look at that.
So double digits.
Look at that.
Got you.
A whole 6.
150%
I gave you your
more than you.
flowers. That's good. You're counting your percentage. And do you
I am.
see 150? It reoccurs so much to prove to you that 50 is middle age. I thank you.
And you lost that debate without me even saying a word. Anyway, here we go. So we'll be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Well, it's the time of the day when we say thank you for joining us, as always, Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio327 INC, and of course on Instagram at Good Morning SKN. So very easy for you to see. Good Morning SKN. Not because it looks like night. Good Morning SKN. All right, so remember to follow, subscribe, like, and share.
Yes, and we invite you to always leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And this is where we say thank you for watching and see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning bright and early with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Have a great work day and start of the week, guys.